Welcome to Enigma Uncharted. In this video, we're going to talk about the Roswell Incident. Don't forget to subscribe to Enigma Uncharted. I bet you didn't know the full story behind the Roswell Incident. The story of Roswell, as we know it, began in the summer of 1947. It was a time when the world was still reeling from the aftermath of World War II, and the Cold War was just beginning to cast its long shadow. The small town of Roswell, New Mexico, was an unassuming place, far removed from the centers of power and intrigue. Yet it was here that an event would occur, one that would forever change the way we think about our place in the universe. A rancher named Mac Brazel was tending to his sheep on the vast Foster Ranch. Brazel was a simple man, accustomed to the rhythms of rural life. His days were filled with the mundane tasks of ranching, far removed from the mysteries of the cosmos. The ranch was situated near the town of Roswell, New Mexico. This remote location, with its wide open spaces and clear skies, seemed an unlikely setting for a story that would captivate the world. It was here that Brazel stumbled upon something extraordinary. As he walked the familiar paths of his ranch, he noticed something out of place, something that did not belong in the quiet, predictable landscape of his daily life. Scattered across the ground were strange, metallic-looking debris. These fragments were unlike anything Brazel had ever encountered. They shimmered in the sunlight, catching his eye and sparking his curiosity. The material was like nothing Brazel had ever seen before. It was not just the appearance that was unusual. The texture and weight of the debris were also remarkable. It felt otherworldly, as if it had come from a place beyond our understanding. It was lightweight and seemingly indestructible. No matter how much force he applied, the material would not bend or break. It was as if it defied the very laws of physics that governed the world he knew. Intrigued and more than a little perplexed, Brazel gathered some of the debris. He knew that this was not something he could simply ignore. There was a mystery here, one that demanded further investigation. He decided to report his unusual find to the authorities in Roswell. Little did he know that this simple act would set off a chain of events that would lead to one of the most enduring mysteries of the 20th century. Little did he know that his discovery would ignite a firestorm of speculation and intrigue. The news of the strange debris spread quickly, capturing the imagination of people far and wide. It would captivate the world for decades to come. The Roswell Incident, as it came to be known, would become a focal point for those who believed in the possibility of extraterrestrial life. This seemingly insignificant event, a rancher's curious discovery, would become a pivotal moment in history. It would challenge our understanding of the world and our place within it. It marked the genesis of what we now know as the Roswell Incident. This event would become a touchstone for discussions about UFOs, government secrecy, and the possibility of life beyond our planet. This event would become synonymous with the possibility of extraterrestrial visitation and government cover-ups. The questions it raised would linger in the public consciousness, fueling countless theories and speculations. The debris scattered across the barren landscape hinted at a story yet untold. It was a story that would inspire books, movies, and endless debates. It was a story that would challenge our understanding of the world and our place within the cosmos. It would make us question what we know and what we have yet to discover. It was a story that demanded answers. Answers that seemed to slip further away with each passing year. The Roswell Incident remains one of the most intriguing and enduring mysteries of our time, a testament to the human desire to seek out the unknown and uncover the truth. News of Brazel's discovery spread quickly, reaching the ears of officials at the nearby Roswell Army airfield. The discovery was nothing short of sensational, and it didn't take long for the military to take notice. The initial reports were vague, but the potential implications were enough to spark immediate interest and concern among the ranks. Intrigued and concerned, they dispatched personnel to investigate. The military's swift response underscored the seriousness with which they were treating the situation. Soldiers and officers were mobilized, and a convoy of military vehicles made its way to the site of the mysterious wreckage. Major Jesse Marcel, an intelligence officer, was tasked with examining the debris. Marcel was a seasoned officer with a keen eye for detail, and his involvement signaled the importance of the investigation. As he sifted through the wreckage, he couldn't help but be struck by the unusual nature of the materials he found. The initial response from the military was one of astonishment. The debris was unlike anything they had seen before, and the implications of what they were dealing with began to dawn on them. The officers and soldiers on the scene were left grappling with a mix of excitement and bewilderment. A press release was issued on July 8, 1947, boldly proclaiming that the wreckage of a flying disc had been recovered. This announcement was unprecedented and sent shockwaves through both the military and the public. The idea that a flying disc had been found was both thrilling and terrifying. The news sent shockwaves across the nation and the world. People from all walks of life were captivated by the story, and it quickly became the topic of conversation in homes, workplaces, and public spaces. The possibility that we were not alone in the universe was a tantalizing prospect that captured the public imagination. The possibility of a crashed alien spacecraft had captured the public imagination. Speculation ran rampant, and the media was quick to fan the flames of curiosity and intrigue. Sci-fi magazines and newspapers alike featured stories and theories about the mysterious flying disc, adding to the growing sense of wonder and speculation. However, this initial wave of excitement was short-lived. The military's bold announcement was soon followed by a hasty retraction, leaving the public confused and suspicious. The abrupt change in the official narrative only served to deepen the mystery and fuel further speculation. Within hours, the story took a dramatic turn. The military convened a press conference to issue a revised statement, and the tone of the announcement was markedly different from the initial press release. The officers in charge seemed eager to downplay the significance of the wreckage. The military issued a revised statement. They claimed that the initial report had been a mistake and that the wreckage was not from a flying disc. The new explanation was far more mundane, but it did little to quell the growing sense of intrigue and suspicion. They retracted their previous claim. The revised statement asserted that the debris was from a downed weather balloon, not an alien spacecraft. This sudden shift in the official story left many people feeling skeptical and distrustful of the military's explanation. They said the flying disc was nothing more than a downed weather balloon. The new narrative was intended to put the matter to rest, but it only served to raise more questions. The discrepancy between the initial and revised statements was too significant to ignore. This sudden shift in the official narrative fueled suspicions. People began to wonder if there was more to the story than the military was letting on. The idea that the government might be hiding something significant took root in the public consciousness. Many believed that the government was attempting to conceal the true nature of the crash. The secrecy and abrupt change in the story only added to the sense of mystery and intrigue. The public's trust in the official narrative was eroding, and alternative theories began to gain traction. The seeds of a conspiracy theory had been sown. Books, articles, and discussions about the Roswell Incident proliferated, each offering different interpretations and explanations. The idea that the government was hiding the truth about extraterrestrial life became a popular and enduring belief. The legend of Roswell was beginning to take root. The small town of Roswell, New Mexico, would forever be associated with one of the most famous and controversial UFO incidents in history. The events of July 1947 had set the stage for decades of speculation, investigation, and debate about what really happened in the desert that summer. The military's shifting explanations did little to quell the growing public fascination with the Roswell incident. Instead, it had the opposite effect. The rapid retraction of the initial flying disc announcement only deepened the mystery. Rumors and speculation filled the void left by the lack of concrete information. People whispered about secret government facilities hidden in the New Mexico desert, They spoke of captured alien beings whisked away for study. Stories circulated of autopsies performed on extraterrestrial bodies. A cottage industry of UFO researchers and conspiracy theorists emerged. They dedicated themselves to uncovering the truth behind the Roswell incident. These individuals, driven by a thirst for knowledge and a distrust of the official narrative, tirelessly pursued every lead. They interviewed witnesses, examined documents, and pieced together fragments of information. The Roswell incident became a cultural phenomenon, a symbol of government secrecy and the possibility of life beyond our planet. It tapped into a deep-seated human desire to believe in something beyond the mundane, something extraordinary. For decades, the Roswell incident remained shrouded in mystery and speculation. The small town of Roswell, New Mexico, became synonymous with UFOs and extraterrestrial encounters. The incident in 1947 sparked countless theories and debates, capturing the imagination of people worldwide. Then, in the 1990s, the US government declassified documents related to a top-secret project from the 1940s, Project Mogul. This revelation was intended to shed light on the mysterious events that had taken place decades earlier. This project involved launching high-altitude balloons carrying sensitive listening devices. These balloons were part of an elaborate effort to monitor Soviet nuclear activities during the early stages of the Cold War. The goal was to detect sound waves generated by Soviet nuclear tests. The US government was deeply concerned about the Soviet Union's nuclear capabilities and sought innovative ways to gather intelligence. These balloons were constructed using unusual materials, including metallic foil and balsa wood. The unique composition of these materials was designed to enhance the balloon's ability to capture and transmit data over long distances. This could explain the strange appearance of the debris found by Mac Brazel. When Brazel stumbled upon the wreckage on his ranch, he had no idea that it was part of a classified military project. The government asserted that the debris recovered in 1947 was from a crashed Project Mogul balloon. They maintained that the materials found were consistent with those used in the high-altitude balloon experiments. They claimed that the initial flying disc announcement was a mistake. The confusion arose from the unusual nature of the materials and the secrecy surrounding Project Mogul. They argued that it was quickly corrected once the true nature of the debris was determined. The military's swift retraction was meant to clarify the situation and dispel any rumors of extraterrestrial involvement. While the Project Mogul explanation seemed plausible to some, it did little to satisfy the skeptics. Many people continued to believe that the government was hiding the truth about what really happened in Roswell. Critics pointed out inconsistencies and gaps in the official narrative. They argued that the government's explanation did not account for all the eyewitness testimonies and physical evidence. They questioned why the military would initially claim to have recovered a flying disc if it were just a weather balloon. This discrepancy fueled further speculation and mistrust. They highlighted the fact that some witnesses continued to maintain that the debris they saw in 1947 was unlike anything they had ever seen before, certainly not a weather balloon. These accounts added to the enduring mystery and intrigue surrounding the Roswell incident. Today, Roswell remains a focal point for UFO enthusiasts and conspiracy theorists. The town has embraced its place in history, with museums, festivals, and attractions dedicated to the infamous incident. The Roswell incident has inspired countless books, documentaries, and debates. Researchers and enthusiasts continue to explore the various theories, seeking to uncover the truth behind the government's explanations and the eyewitness accounts. Whether it was a weather balloon or something more extraordinary, the Roswell incident remains one of the most enduring mysteries of the 20th century. The questions it raises about government secrecy, extraterrestrial life, and the nature of truth continue to captivate and challenge us. As we look to the stars and ponder the unknown, the story of Roswell reminds us that some mysteries may never be fully resolved, leaving us to wonder and imagine what might still be out there. Subscribe, like, comment, and share to Enigma Uncharted.